Home cooking saved the day for Chad Wienen at the last round of ATV Motocross. His championship rival Joel Hetrick was making strong work up front in the first moto, taking the lead and looking fast as usual on his Phoenix Racing Honda. Wienen was eventually able to take second around early leader Bryce Ford, while battles remained in the back of the pack. Hetrick went on to win, but Wienen had an upset special plan at his home race in the second moto, getting out front early. Jeffrey Rastrelli and Thomas Brown went at it hard for podium spots, while Hetrick tried to track down the home state native. Nick Janusa had engine troubles hurt him as Hetrick closed the gap on Wienen, but couldn't figure out a way to make the move, giving Wienen 2-1 scores and a much-needed overall win in his home race. But up next, Hetrick's home track. Pleasure Valley Raceway here in Pennsylvania, outside of Pittsburgh, is the home of Round 5, the Jeremiah Jones ATV Pro National. Shout out to the Cernick family, who always does a great job with this track, and great to have ATV racing back. And when we go back, we go way back with the three-wheelers, which have somehow become a hot trend again. Really fun to see them out on track. It's Cody Ford's machine as we survey the pro pits. His brother Bryce right there, who had a great race going in the last one. Here's Troy Hill's number 14, 79 of Wes Lewis. Alan Myers showing great speed as of late. Could be up on the podium today. And Brandon Hogue has been a podium player this year. We got the Mickelson boys, Noah and Hayden. Hey, Nick Janusa's fired up, got the Gen USA machine going. And there's the Yamaha of Thomas Brown, who has announced that this pro season will be his last. There's Jeffrey Rastrelli's quad, Wesley Wolf. Chad Wienen won the last race, as we saw in our opener. That was a home one for him. Let's see if he can keep it going today.
Good momentum off of our last round at Sunset Ridge, taking a 2-1 overall. Feeling really good. I'm excited to get out on this track. It's been about 10 years since we raced here, so see what we got today and just have fun. Try to chop away at that points lead and try to get an overall here. It's going to be tough. This is Joel's backyard, and I'm just going to come in here with the mindset just to do everything I can to try and bridge the gap. So just have fun today, get out of here safe, and have a good 4th of July.
And the rider he'll have to track down is your defending champion, Joel Hetrick, on the Phoenix Racing Honda. He is a Pennsylvania native, so you know he's feeling good today.
Hometown race for me. Track's looking good. You know, I'm super happy to be here. It's an hour and 20 minutes from my house. Got a lot of family and friends coming out. We're looking for a good weekend, try to get up on the podium and just maintain this points lead and, you know, click off some moto wins if possible. But, you know, this is the same dirt I ride every day, so I feel really confident today coming in here and, you know, ready to go racing.
Pretty cool with the global pandemic and all the other problems of the schedule that we ended up having. Home race for Wienen, home race for Hetrick back to back. We'll see who performs best next. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Pleasure Valley Raceway in Pennsylvania is your home for ATV Motocross today. I'm Jason Wygant to give you the call. Riders about to roll out for qualifying and practice. Got the concrete gate here, so what everybody does is spin the tire, heat it up, soften the rubber, and throw some rubber down on the concrete to get better grip. That'll help with their launch when they have their motos later today. Here are some qualifying highlights. More often than not, Joel Hetrick is the man to beat on lap times, and he was absolutely flying, as he has said, very comfortable on this track. There's Wienen, long, lanky, wide-open Wienen, looking fast. There is the 84 of Brown, who, like I mentioned, has now said this will be his last season. See if he can go out a winner. There's Bryce Ford launching it, coming in hard to this left-hand corner. Nick Janusa on the 15. And Jeff Rastrelli, he has had everything that can happen this year happen. He's had good motos, he has had crashes, heartbreak, great moments, you name it. Alan Myers on the 24, knocking on the door of the podium. Wesley Wolf, same thing, he's been a top 5 rider. And Hogue, Brandon Hogue, got a podium not that long ago. So he is showing these young guys they can do it, just like he has. The 55 is Logan Stanfield, new kid on the block out of Peru, Indiana. Wesley Lewis, one of the veterans out here. Nice livery on that thing. That's pretty distinctive. Brogan Geyer, like Stanfield out of Peru, Indiana. Young rider making a name for himself now in the pro class. And we got the Mickelson brothers and the Ford brothers. Definitely stepping up, improving their starts, moving toward the front. And Jaron Cochran, a local native, doesn't do the whole series, showing up today to show everybody what he has. Hetrick, not a surprise, fastest in qualifying. As he said, he's very comfortable on this home Pennsylvania soil. What about this man, Thomas Brown? Last season, maybe he can get a win today.
I'm excited. It's definitely dry here in PA, man. It's dusty. These pits are dusty. The track's dusty. They can't seem to lay down enough water. So I'm sure it'll be a little greasy the first few laps. And then as the moto goes on, the track will come in. But I know they're going to have to lay the water down before we go out to keep the dust down. But like I said, I'm super excited. I know the promoter's here to try to make the track better and better. And like I said, 10 years and we're ready to rip here again.
Yeah, that's a man that's been at it for a long time. We'll see how he can do. A lot of young kids like that Alan Myers there knocking on the door. You got the wild rides of Jeffrey Rastrelli and, of course, a championship battle next. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. Headed to the gate, Joel Hetrick and the rest of the competition here in the ATV Motocross National Championship. Pressure is on Chad Whedon to try to make up some ground on Hetrick in the standings. Hetrick running our Rocky Mountain ATVMC on board. Here we go. And there's that dust you heard Thomas Brown talking about. Underneath the famous bridge here at Pleasure Valley. On board also with Bryce Ford, who started about 4th. But Hetrick has your whole shot. And that's bad news for everyone else for 2 reasons. A, he's super fast. B, well, I was going to say the track's dusty in spots, but you can see they have laid down a lot of water, and some of it is standing water. So they're going to have to be guessing as to where the traction is and isn't, especially in these early laps. Can Hetrick avoid the big mistake as he jumps uphill? I think that was the quad that he just got there. Whedon into 2nd, so a nice setup for these two to battle it out. Bryce Ford with another good start. I believe he's next in the order as Hetrick works his way to the bottom of this facility. And the green flag's flying, 1 lap in the books, and he is your race leader. There's his team semi there on the right. And running that Rocky Mountain ATVMC on board. So once he hooks back onto the start straight, he will have seen where all the water's been thrown down. Look at this, Ford is attacking Whedon for the lead. Young kids starting to make real breakthroughs. Haven't seen any of them win races yet, but podiums are within reach. And there are moments in each race where we see them mixing it up with the big names. Just able to get to the top of that jump is Hetrick, and he looks over and likes what he sees. Nice gap over Whedon. Ford and Rastrelli. Then it looked like Thomas Brown coming through next. Another lap down for Hetrick. Really starting to roll here. And you can hear the lower RPM range that Hetrick is running. You have a track that's slippery either with that dust right there or the water that's thrown down. You want to run the low RPM and get better traction, because right now with the lead he has, he's got this if he can just avoid the big mistake. Nice little split line and then some ruts that developed here. Man, he is quick today. A big battle is on right here. I think this is Rastrelli and Brown, no strangers to each other. We've seen this so many times last 3 or 4 seasons. Often they are the rider fighting for 3rd in the motos. Right now, though, I think it's 4th and 5th behind Ford, and a mistake from Rastrelli on that off-camber. Hands over the spot. Look at this battle. You got Stanfield and Mickelson fighting for it. The split lane working out well if you stay on it. Don't go over the falls like Rastrelli did. Nick Janusa was in that battle as well. and just able to muscle his way around, make a pass. Rider from New Jersey headed toward the front. But Joel Hetrick feeling good on home soil. Give him a whole shot. He knows what to do with it. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. We've got a battle now for the lead. Joel Hetrick has been caught by Chad Wienen. You do not see anyone catch him from behind very often, especially not at his home track. This battle's still going. Stanfield and Mickelson, we've seen them side by side the last couple of laps. Look at Wienen looking for an opening. Wienen jumping uphill. He's on the outside though. I don't know if he can make the pass. Hetrick's gonna go meet him out there, but it is on right now on the hills of Pleasure Valley in Pennsylvania. This is good racing. Wienen's got an inside line. And now problems for Hetrick. And now you see the smoke. His engine has let go. This is a heartbreak for your defending champ. Most likely the points lead is going to be handed over to Wienen. And who would have thought? Of all tracks, of all days for this to happen, and he's gone. He has walked away in frustration. This battle between Ford and Brown, they will gain a position. Brown able to clear him around the outside. Nice move there by the veteran from Texas. Well, this series has just turned upside down. Now that's a second and third place battle between Brown, because they have gone by the dead of the water machine of Hetrick and Chad Wienen. This is what he does. He avoids the problems over and over. Finally had a moto last year where he had mechanical problems and didn't finish on the podium. If not for that, he had been on the podium in every race for 7 years or something like that. An unbelievable run of consistency, avoiding crashes, avoiding the bad luck. I don't believe there was anything Hetrick could have done about that, but we've seen him have points leads and championships come undone in the past for the same reason. And Chad Wienen isn't going to ask questions. He's just going to take the moto win any way he can get it. Jeffrey Rastrelli battling all the way to the end. Well, here it is. Could be your new points leader. Chad Wienen doing what he does. He has become the opportunist, and they've got to see if they can get the engine fixed for Hetrick going into moto number 2. There he is. Doesn't look too upset there, but he has got to be bummed, and he's got to get points back right now. Good start for Rastrelli and Hetrick, but it's Chad Wienen up front. And with the early lead here on lap 1, and the setup you want, Wienen to the number 1 spot, Hetrick right behind him. And then let's see who can run the pace. A bunch of Hondas back here. The Rocky Mountain ATVMC on board with Bryce Ford, battling it out with Rastrelli. So it's Honda boys 2, 3, and 4, but the Wienen Motorsports Yamaha of Wienen up front. And I'll be curious, Alan Myers comes through next. Then Brown. Can anyone run with these lead 2 riders? Good battle here. Ford trying to hang on to it. Battle with Rastrelli as they negotiate those jumps. Wienen has completed 1 lap here. And that is a snarling pack behind him, led by Hetrick, who's going to go after it, you betcha. Man, Ford and Rastrelli having a whale of a battle for third. Ford to the inside. Can't quite make it happen. Hetrick looking for running room on Wienen. Well, they got the engine fixed, no doubt about that. He is fast right now. But we have seen Wienen ride a wide machine and make it difficult, but he goes wide into that corner. This off-camber is so tricky. and it didn't work. So that's why Wienen picked that outside line. Works out better in the long run. You're on the inside when it ends. And Wienen stretching it back out. I think Hedrick doesn't want to be in the roost zone, so he's not going to stay perched at the grab bar. Probably going to take a couple runs at it. Got another one coming right here. There it is! Bryce Ford underneath Rastrelli. Those two have been going at it the whole way. Look, Rastrelli right back to the rear grab bar. Really fun to watch. Rastrelli has been at this. He was once the young up-and-comer. I'd say he's right in the middle as far as age and experience in this series goes, but much more experienced, much older than Bryce Ford, who's just coming up. And good to see these kids, again, battling the established players. And if we are going to lose Thomas Brown next year, as Wienen and Hedrick continue to battle, good to see some new talent coming up to take his place. Here it is. Hedrick's got the opportunity. Wheels back down to the ground. It's a drag race. Two of the best to ever do it in this series are wheel to wheel. Hedrick on the outside. Oh, that's Brandon Hogue off the track. And Nick Janusa, he's got the onboard. I thought for sure Hedrick had the pass made, but not quite. Wienen able to hold him off. He wants the maximum points haul today. Then back to this Ford and Rastrelli battle. And then back to your lead duo. Hedrick going to have to grease this into the ruts, and he takes the lead. Wow, that was just pure courage right there to hold it wide through these ruts and get the #1 spot. He needs it. Oh! Rastrelli, a massive crash. Unbelievable. ATV Motocross is brought to you by Rocky Mountain ATVMC and by CST Tires. It has been a war of attrition today at Pleasure Valley. Joel Hedrick, leading Moto 1, had engine problems, eventually didn't finish. Then he saw that hellacious crash with Jeffrey Rastrelli, who I think did not get tagged by his machine and is relatively okay, but definitely out of this one. Late in the race, got a little charge coming here from the white Yamaha of Thomas Brown, going for his customary podium spot. Oh, it's going to be a bittersweet day. Oh, there is Ford. So he's going to outlast Rastrelli, but not Brown. And then behind them, got this battle with Myers and Janusa. Anyway, Hedrick will be happy with this moto win, but he will be disappointed with this day because the engine problems in Moto 1, that might end up costing him the championship. You just cannot leave any points on the table up against Chad Wienen. But here is Joel going to try to bring it home. Janusa and Myers still fighting for it. And Janusa just going to muscle him. And that was enough. And there's Ford. Really wishes that one more position he wants to get on the podium. But Thomas Brown just too strong down the stretch. Time running out for anyone to make moves now. Wienen is going to be your overall winner today anyway, as Hedrick is going to go DNF 1. White flag is out. Well, he gave the Pennsylvania fans what they wanted to see, which was a win, but they wanted to see a overall win, not a moto win and a DNF. And the red plate should be headed Chad Wienen's way as we're under the bridge for the last time. But Hedrick reestablishing his bona fides as far as speed goes. Wienen getting the edge on him at the last race. As we hook up with Janusa fighting for a top 5. Hedrick about to bring it home. Salvage day. Loses a ton of ground on the series in Moto 1. Does bounce back to win straight up and take Moto 2. but his absence from the first moto will open the door for a podium for someone. It's going to be Bryce Ford.
What's up, everyone? It's Bryce Ford. We just got a third overall on the day. I'm super excited. We had a really good day, second in qualifying, and then we got a third in the first moto, and then the second moto we just rode smart, and I got a fourth the second one, and we got third overall, and I'm super excited, and I just like to thank everyone who's helped me. Thank you.
Haven't been to Pleasure Valley in 11 years, and we made it on the box. Super pumped on it. You know, social distancing and all, we had to keep our space, but podium finish with second overall today is awesome, you know, and super excited. But today in this Blue Groove stuff, my CST tires were working awesome. My JB Fox suspension, that, and then the motor package ran great. I just got to get them starts a little bit better dialed, and starting up front will help out a lot. So had my workout cut up for me today, but I'm super happy and looking forward to Redbud.
All right, Pleasure Valley Raceway, 4th of July. We got a big win this weekend. We took over the points lead too, and it all started that first moto. We got a great start, came out second, was able to get around Joel. He had some issues, but we went on to take the win. And second moto, we ripped a great start. Came out of the second turn in first, but we didn't grab the whole shot, but led for a while, and man, Joel was on a mission, and I tried to tag on him for a while and keep him honest, and just riding an edge there I didn't like, so I toned it back, went 1-2 for the overall, and great day. Got the points lead, so we're going to keep rolling to Michigan. Thank you.
Here's your CST Tires race recap. Joel Hetrick won the 1-1 at his home race and started it the right way up front in Moto 1. Some big battles behind him, then Meenan began to catch him, and then the engine let go. You see the smoke here at the bottom of the screen. So that was an easier scenario for Wienen to go and take the Moto victory. Thomas Brown doing what he does, coming on strong late in Moto 2. Hetrick bounces back, gets around Ford, as does Wienen. And Wienen and Hetrick had a great battle for the lead. As Wienen says, riding an edge he wasn't comfortable with. Hetrick is able to get around and take the Moto win and try to get something out of the day. Huge crash for Rastrelli. Hope he's okay. There is Wienen bringing it home with the 1-2 scores. And a late race pass on top with Thomas Brown, but it didn't affect the overall. He and Ford are on the podium, and Chad Wienen, your points leader again in ATV Motocross. Thanks for watching.